I was promised a lively audience this morning. I'm sure you all got a lot of sleep, it sounds like. Good morning, everybody. We are on day 4. This is Friday here in Newport Beach, California. We're at the Balboa Yacht Club for the Governor's Cup, the 59th edition of the annual International Youth Match Racing Championship, the oldest and most prestigious, we say anyway, Andy, don't we, in the world. As I said, it's day 4. This is the pre-race morning show. We'll do for 30 minutes or so, introduce you to a couple more of the sailors, give you the update from yesterday, day 3, and then, of course, have the competitors meeting that Christine Gribben, our beloved regatta chair and rear commodore of the Balboa Yacht Club, will conduct momentarily. Before we get into that, let's look at last night's press release, the headline for which was, Hyde regains the lead. Barely, but regains the lead as Hayhoe and Scott are tied on second, 2 points behind. And if that's not enough, 3 teams are tied for 4th and still in contention for the semis. A couple more teams below them are also in mathematical contention. Newport Beach yesterday, James Hayhoe from Australia commented that in this year's 59th Governor's Cup, every match is tough. That's often a bit of a cliche. However, on this day 3 of this 5-day championship, virtually all the matches were hotly contested. Tonight, meaning last night, Thursday night, Josh Hyde from New Zealand has again established a 2-point lead with only 2 races to go in the round-robin stage today, Friday. Hyde lost only 1 match yesterday, going 4-1 on the day. That deserves some applause, I think. Pretty impressive performance until they threw their hat in the water. I have photos of that, by the way. Last night, Hayhoe was tied with Hyde, the last night being Wednesday night. However, Hayhoe lost his first race today against Peter Hurley, whom we're going to have up on the stage. Andy will interview Peter. A winner of the 2026 Youth Match Racing Championship for the Rose Cup, named after Andy Rose, but not by him. And after another loss, he has fallen 2 points behind Josh Hyde. Hurley, he is perhaps, and Andy wrote this line and I agree with him, Hurley, he is perhaps the story of the day. He went 4-1, defeating both Hayhoe and Hyde in back-to-back matches. Hyde, on 15 wins, has secured a semifinal berth. The semis will begin later today after we wrap up those final 2 matches. Hayhoe and Sam Scott, tied on 13 points, are likely, but not for sure, not guaranteed, semifinalists, not mathematically guaranteed. The 3 teams tied on 12 wins that are still in contention. Youth Match Racing World's runner-up, Daniel Kemp from Australia, not New Zealand, Australia. Sienna Nichols from Balboa Yacht Club here in the USA, and Christian Prendergast from Chicago Yacht Club here in the US of A. The photos that went out with the press release, again, Tom Walker photos yesterday, superb. Danielle, who's going to be, Andy, we have Danielle on the stage, right? And Christian? Who do we have on the stage? We'll tell you that in a moment. Morgan Pinckney, who's still in contention, but just. Nice photos. Look at the sparkling water. It looks like he had more breeze than I stayed in yesterday. Looked pretty nice. Champagne conditions, as Andy and I like to call it. We don't. There's Christian. Hard to see the nameplate on the mainsail. And also from day 3, this Tom, I just sucked. This did not go out with a release, but I just thought this was a fabulous shot of Nichols and Hurley. Well, you can see the race committee boat. If I back that up, you can see how big a swell that is. And Bobby Steele tells us that today we're not going to have that swell. It's going to be, right, Bob? It's going to be coming down. Okay, so that's that day 3 shot of Nichols and Hurley. Now, some of you will remember, at least officials here, this picture from 2017, Leonard Takahashi being knocked overboard by Harry Price. Jeffrey Peterson, were you here for that? Where's JP? Come here. Were you here for that? Yeah. Come here, please. Heat a mic up, would you, Dylan? Commodores, ladies and gentlemen, 2-time Gov Cup winner, Jeffrey Peterson. So, JP, what happened in this incident?
It's a classic one.
Do you have a mic?
Hello. Yeah. I think I wish we had Leonard here to describe it, because that's a unique experience. I think very seldom will you see sailors feet above their head there going into the water. But I think this was a pre-start, if I remember correctly. And Harry, who's just the little bow there, conveniently unpictured in this frame. I think it would have been a little nicer to see Price across the mainsail, just to really sell it out there. But I think he tried to go for the swing and didn't have it. And also, in throwing Leonard off the boat, also attempted to remove the stern of Gov Cup 22, which I'm sure Andy was less than pleased with of that year. But
well,
funny enough,
didn't have his feet under the straps, apparently.
No, he did not. But I think, if I remember correctly, I still believe Leonard got back in the boat and won that race.
I think you're right. He was leading that. He never won the Gov Cup, but he was runner-up, what, Andy, 3 times? 3 times. Jeffrey, stand by, because I need an explanation of some more photos. Thank you for that, JP, but stand by here, because yesterday, pictures that we did not include with the press release, and I've interviewed the crew this morning, and they were not happy to come up, but they said, they used a stronger word than this, that they said we stuffed our, what's a stronger word? We stuffed our Spinnaker takedown, and that resulted in what appeared to the photographers. Bruce Crary sent me these photos last night. It appeared that Oliver had gone over the side in that incident of trying to retrieve the kite. But Jeffrey, let me go back to that. Jeffrey Peterson, who's our intrepid reporter, he will be on the roving boat today with a mic and a camera, our sideline reporter, so to speak. Jeffrey, you know the real scoop on this. What's...
Well, I think you need to rewind back to the first photo with Spinnaker in the air.
Got it.
I think this is the best rendition of both boats trying to lose the race at the same time. I don't even know how that happens, boys. And I think this one, I can explain it. I know the story, but I think we need to get the man who's in the water here to come and explain himself.
Oliver.
Oliver Lloyd, Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron.
He's wearing the hat.
Is that the same one?
Yeah, that's the same hat.
It's a different one you were wearing last night.
No, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here.
Go ahead and interview Jeffrey.
All right, Ollie, walk us through it.
Is this working? Hello. We had a bit of a hectic bottom mark rounding. The Spinnaker halyard went over the top of the square top, so we knew we couldn't hoist at the top. So then we tried to slow the game down a little bit, and our plan was just to try and run Ethan to Long Beach, and then to sail back. But he managed to wriggle out of it a little bit and set on top of us. But when we went to luff him, he blew his halyard, and it sort of ended up all over our boat. We ended up getting a penalty there. I think we actually had a double. So we had to do one straight away. He managed to set, went downwind.
But how'd you end up in the water, and why?
A little bit of frustration. Took my hat off to slam it into the boat.
No, you were just setting it down.
and missed the boat, threw the hat into the water. And I really like this hat. Yeah, hat's been through a lot, so it kind of felt like it was a poor way to lose it. So Josh just told me to jump. Passed past the sunnies, and Ethan actually saw. He said it was beautiful. Gave me a 10 out of 10. Led with the hands, and there we go.
Okay. Congratulations, Oliver, on a grand recovery. Jeffrey, thank you.
Thank you.
I have one more question for JP before you leave, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I understand there was some beach volleyball last night. Somebody has, one of the top teams here, skipper of the top team, I understand I want you to know I know what's going on, and I don't have to have Will Bolden here or Jordan Reese to know what's going on. There was some diving in the sand last night by one of the skippers.
Intentionally or unintentionally?
You tell me, you were there.
I was not there. Don't rope me into this. I am not Will Bolden. I go to bed at a reasonable hour.
Yeah, right. Anybody want to talk about the beach volleyball last night? Ethan, do you want to talk about that?
Come on, Ethan.
I hope you all, Dr. Don has delayed the start today to noon, so you've got a little more time. Ethan, good morning. Good morning. What was this bitchin' beach volleyball last night?
Yeah, so somehow someone convinced me I was a national champion in volleyball. So I was diving on the beach and having a good time.
Did you win?
Of course.
That's it? I've heard more to the story than that.
Where do you get these sources, Tom?
Come on, I'm a journalist. I have great sources.
You got like a little underground network of spies or something
You bet.
running around this
And
event.
you remember the years my daughter was here, and they didn't know that Meg was my daughter. So we got really good info those years.
But she's not been here for a couple of years. So
Well, she's now married and she has a kid, and
doing respectable things.
Well, I don't know about that, but okay. Nothing else, Ethan.
No
She
comment.
certainly wasn't doing respectable things with you all back in.
Don't rope me into this. Hey, that's outrageous. I come up here to answer some questions.
I talked to your mother about that, Jeffrey. To Denise.
I think she's probably watching. Hi, Mom.
She probably. Ethan, anything else in self-defense or otherwise? Do you want to attack anybody?
Just Josh Hard.
And?
Well, you beat him yesterday, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, both round robins, actually.
So what you're saying is Josh would hate to see you in the semifinals.
I don't think we can make the semifinals.
Well, I know. But I mean, maybe we have to substitute in whoever gets picked by him. You jump on the stick, and seems like you own a bit of real estate up there in his head.
Yeah, always. Always.
Final response. You get the last comment.
I'll let Josh have this one. He's had a long week, so I think he needs it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Such honesty here at the governor's. Kimmy, have you ever seen anything like this? Kim Chalmont from Fort Worth, Texas. Fabulous stuff. One last bit of reportage. There is a tradition here. I think Christine Gribben, our beloved regatta chair, and her sister Katie Maxim have started you want to talk about this on your opening? Come on up, Christine Gribben, our regatta chair, and tell us, apropos those, I've got two photos, what was going on last night?
So every year we have an umpire dinner, and it's now become a themed umpire dinner, I believe since 2022 when we had our 100th year anniversary. And this year it was pirate themed.
Who's that besides your sister?
We have Liz Bayless and Vicky Sidaro.
And there's the whole gang?
And there's the gang with the Commodores and their spouses.
And it was tame. You were done by
It was
9
very
o'clock.
tame. We were
and
done
home?
early. Yep.
No adult beverages were consumed?
Not enough.
I know. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear you're better behaved than the sailors.
No.
That's
Just a different day.
That's it for the pre-show. Christine Gribben here for the competitors briefing. She
Yes.
leads it. Carry on.
All right. A couple of things. We have a sportsmanship award that we do every year, and the sailors and the PRO and the bosun all get to vote for this Chet and Glee Purcell sportsmanship trophy. So we're going to hand out cards tomorrow after the press conference in the morning, and if you could please give those back to Becky with your selection.
May I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Could we invite Commodore Tom Purcell to the stage for a 30-second thumbnail of what his parents did? Tom, do you mind? I know we didn't get any hair and makeup for you today, but you got a nice hat on. Staff Commodore Tom Purcell.
Hello. Unaccustomed as I am to answering calls from Tom Eamon. Anyway, 59 years ago, think about this. Andy Rose and Tom Purcell, we were a lot younger than you are. But my parents thought it would be a great idea, along with a lot of Balboa Yacht Club people, to follow the Congressional Cup that had just started a few years before. So just want you to know how competitive it was the first couple of years. We got to bring our own boat. And there were Cal 25s. And 4 people on the crew. And we cheated because we got the fastest boat from a sailmaker in Long Beach. As Andy would tell you, he was on another team, but we could start to leeward and pass to leeward. So that was pretty exciting. But anyway, obviously, it started as a local, then it became regional, then all of a sudden there were people from across the United States, and look where we are today. My parents have been gone for a long time, but boy, they would not believe what all the volunteers, umpires, and my dear friend Mr. Rose, who has really carried the tradition to the highest level. So between he and Mr. Eamon, the publicity I think has really been something. So thank you guys.
Thank you. But
Yeah.
tell us about the Sportsmanship Award. that
Sportsmanship
your parents-
Award. So I think the long and short of the sportsman is, you've had some fun things that you saw today, but my folks I know would be very honored to know that after their passing that this trophy came about, and all of you hopefully will have some good ideas of somebody that should really receive it. And sometimes it's just the crew that tried the hardest. Sometimes it's special circumstances, but I'm sure you guys will have some fun trying to figure out who fits into that slot. And there's an annuity that goes with it, lifetime annuity. So we can't describe on the air what that amount is, but just remember there's an annuity.
Commodore Tom Purcell, Staff Commodore, former Commodore, son of 2 of the founders of this event. Thank you, Tomas.
All right. and
Christine, your witness.
U.S. Sailing has a St. Petersburg trophy that the yacht clubs around the country have a regatta, and they vie for that position of the best regatta that year. And we, the Balboa Yacht Club and the Governor's Cup, are trying to win that, which means the day after the regatta or that last day of the regatta, U.S. Sailing will send all the skippers an email with a survey. If you could please fill that out for us, that would be much appreciated. Today, the boats, when you bring them in, bring them all on the inside. Becky's going to be on the dock directing. And then tonight for dinner, we're going to have pasta night, and it's going to be upstairs on the patio deck on the other side of the flag deck. And I think then we go into boat draw.
Racing director here at Balboa Yacht Club, the esteemed Becky Linhart.
All right, we're going to start with Victor today. And 11. Sienna. 5. Morgan. 9. Christian. 1. Sam. 10. 8. So he had already had boat number 10, so he had to redraw. Teo. 10.
He's one of my best agents.
Ethan. Number 2, James. Number 7, Peter. Number 6, Josh. Three, and Daniel. What, Andre? Four, and Andre. 12. All right. That's all I have for me.
How about your principal race officer?
That's true. Well, it's for me, I only have Dawn.
Dr. Don Becker, Commodores, ladies and gentlemen, the principal race officer for, I think, the 150,
Good morning, everyone.
the 150th year, isn't it, Don?
What? Good morning, everyone. Today looks like more of the same.
Hang on, we got to turn the switch on your mic, Don.
We're going to postpone. Am I not on?
There you go.
Now I'm on. Okay. Today we're going to postpone the dock out to 10:30. We're going to go with a 12 o'clock start. After the completion of the round robin, we will carefully calculate the scores and break whatever ties there may be. And then we're going to ask the winner of the round robin and the top three semifinals to come to the race committee boat, where there will be a member of the media, and we will have the winner of the round robin select their competitor for the semifinals. If, let's see, number 3, after we complete the round robin, we're going to have a start with 6 boats, six matches, 12 boats. We're going to start the first round of the consolation round, 5 versus 6, 7 versus 8, 9 versus 10, and 11 versus 12. After that flight, the consolation round will be excused, and they can stay out and watch, or they can continue on in, and then we're going to run at least one more semifinal. If both semifinals go 1-1, we will hold another race and come in with 3 of the semifinals complete. If one of the semifinals is 2-0, that'll be the end of the racing for today. And I would like to see the top 4 skippers, the semifinal skippers, after the racing today to discuss boat draw for tomorrow. That's all I have. Good luck.
Thank you, Don. Patrick. Patrick Burks, Chief Umpire.
Good morning, everyone. Only real thing I have for racing today is a reminder that life jackets are required to be worn from dock to dock. That includes the tow out, while sailing, if you decide to go for a swim during the day, and on the tow in. I do want to stress the tows in particular when you're behind an umpire boat. If you end up going overboard, that's the time you want the life jacket the most. So it's a safety thing, as well as in the notice of race. It's a rule that we have to enforce via a hearing, and I'd like to continue the streak of not having to have hearings at this event since I started a couple years ago. So please help us out with that. Other than that, I talked to, I think our umpire team talked to all of the competitors. If you had any situations you wanted to put on the whiteboard from yesterday, and I don't think there was any business. Any last questions? All right, then we look forward to another great day of racing, and we'll see you back ashore.
All right. And our bosun, Greg Newman, please.
Greg. Father Newman. Morning, Greg.
Grandfather Tom now.
Yeah, can you sit on the chair today, please? Can you get your frame? There we go. See how nice you look?
Thanks, Pops. Great day yesterday, fun sailing. Breeze came in. Swell was pretty fun. I don't think this has ever happened, but we ever did not have one torn spinnaker yesterday. When you saw those pictures, I'm shocked, but well done. But we did have a new one where we got the higher, like you said, over the fathead main. So, the technique's great. The racing's close. We're having a great time. You guys are taking care of the boats, honestly. Probably the best that I can recall in 20 years. So I appreciate it. One last reminder. The rigs are not adjustable. So there's tape on the rigs, there's pins on the rigs. We don't touch the turnbuckles, don't mess with the rigs on the boat. That's all I got.
Thank you. Okay, that's all I have.
You're the best.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
Christine Gribben, Rear Commodore of Balboa Yacht Club. And as Andy Rose calls her, the chair for life. She's been at this for so long. Speaking of Andy Rose, he is coming up now. We're going to have Peter and Christian in the Andy Rose interview segment. Please welcome Gov Cup. He doesn't like it when I say guru, but Chairman of the Steering Committee, Andy Rose. And your two guys here today.
Christian Prendergast and Peter Hurley. Well, we had the other of the three that are tied for fourth. We've had all the others up here. So, Christian, we thought it'd be a good idea to get you up here for the first time. So you've, as we talked about Monday night, you've had a great career already. In the open events like the U.S. Grand Prix. Are you now, you seem to be doing better every day. Are you now getting accustomed to smaller crews and smaller boats? And
yeah, there's a lot more for me to do. I usually just hold the wheel. Now I have to do tweakers as well, which is unfortunate. But no, these boats are super fun, and I think we're finally getting into the rhythm of it.
yeah. What do you think your strengths are? Starting tactics, boat speed, or tactics on the course?
I think usually our plan is just to start even and go pretty quick, get around people.
Yeah, I call that the Nevin Snow thing, which I've said before, that, Nevin was just very fast. And he says, so we could start, it was sort of like Courageous against us in the America's Cup. They just stopped screwing us with the start and just started and passed us. So that's a nice thing to do. It makes your tactics look awesome. Well, as we said in the press release, Peter, I think you were the story of the day. You started off with, I think your first two races were the two leaders, and you beat them both. So what kind of, special supplements or food did you have the day before to suddenly have the light come on?
Well, a big issue for us the day before was we would be leading most races, or we'll be in most races, and then final downwind, we would always mess it up. And that night, we had a good long call with the one and only Jeff Peterson, and he helped us out just kind of visualizing the course, where to plan our jibes, and basically just how to deliver and finish off our race. And that was night and day for us, and helped us out tremendously.
No, that's great. Well, you had a heck of a day. Yeah, well, Jeffrey was always, we used to say when he was sailing in this, that I would not want to be 2 boat lengths ahead of Jeffrey Peterson rounding the last weather mark, because he would somehow find a way to, to get past you. So that's great. And I assume I talked to Dylan a little bit yesterday, and he said also we're just syncing better as a crew. That we're all saying the right things and helping, but still, you feel the same way?
Yeah, I mean, we met the day of the practice day as a crew. That was the first time we've ever sailed together, first time I've been in the boats. The only other time I've match raced was with 4 other people, so there's a lot more for me to do in the boat. So that limits me on I just don't talk as much because I'm thinking about everything else I need to be doing in the boat.
Yep.
It's a lot more hands-on. but it's a lot more rewarding when you have 3 people.
Yeah, no, I think that's true. It's interesting that you really have come on here in the last part of the regatta, and we had emphasized the fact that the skippers who sail with the same crew for 2 or 3 years, start out with an advantage just because they know each other. So I think what you've done is amazing, putting together this that quickly, and it doesn't hurt that you have another Rose Cup winner in Dylan C. So to have 2 Rose Cup winners, well, I'll tell you, yesterday you made the founders of the Rose Cup, us, very proud. That was good.
Thank you.
All right, Christian, any other thoughts? How's this sailing compared to Chicago on the lake?
In the summertime, it's pretty similar. At home, it's usually quite light as well, unless we go really light for the match racing, and then it's a blowout.
Yeah, well, that's great. Well, I've sailed quite a bit on the lakes, and the thing I frankly remember most is the bugs, which when I first went there, Californians didn't know there were bugs, and so we had quite an experience. That was when I was like 20 or something. Okay, well, we've finished the morning show, and on behalf of Governor's Cup TV, we are very excited to go out and get all this on tape. This is, as I said, the closest racing I've seen in years, and that's what we expected, because top to bottom, the fleet is more compressed as to talent and experience level. So I wish we had had the cameras on yesterday for some of those things. But we had one photo finish. We've had I don't know how many finishes with the 2 boats overlapped, and that hasn't happened this often in years. So keep it up, guys. Thank you.
Andy Rose, Christian Prendergast, Peter Hurley. A couple more slides here to go. Just to remind everybody of what our television schedule is. 3 live events today, live shows. This is, of course, wrapping up now the 0900 pre-race morning show. We will be live at 11:30 today out on the water. Chris Bretschker, our producer director out there at 11:30 Pacific. And then we'll be back in here tonight for a press conference Andy will conduct with the 4 semi-finalists tonight at 7 p.m. at 1900. We've got a bunch of people in the chat. We haven't had time to say hello to them, but Annapolis and from Lake St. Clair and from the FIDI of New York City. Looking good, Jeffrey, as Patrick Key saying. Susan Kenny, our old friend, Andrew, and PR lady. Meg, what a great source. She stayed with me. Great job, BYC. So that's it for us. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you in our next show, which is just in a couple hours. The next show is at 11:30 today, live out on the Pacific Ocean. Thank you very much.